For generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore because what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told them I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country there. It shouldn't be there.
I want to get your response with regards to Donald Trump announcing yesterday that it will not be attending the G20 or any US officials.
We reject Donald Trump's assertions and fabrications. We had a whole delegation led by the president, and then he played a movie for us there and about our own situation. Trump's administration have got no regard for our sovereignty. They think that we are a substructure or a sub-country of the United States of America, which we believe that it is very unfortunate on their part. And therefore, our country must go ahead, and the G20 will take place without them. It's unfortunate that they've stirred up things which in our view as the ANC borders on imperialism. We are an anti-imperialist organization. We don't believe in the dominance of economic situations of other countries by the superpowers. We believe in fair trade relations between nations and within the context of the multilateral approach. And in this particular regard, everything that Trump and his administration are doing flies against that. We are a constitutional state and a democratic state for that matter.
Do you as the ANC want to engage at all with the likes of Solidarity and AfriForum, because they have gone to the United States to say that there's a white genocide, and that has led to Donald Trump ostracizing South Africa and threatening to sanction certain ANC members?
Those are a bunch of unpatriotic South Africans. When all failed, they said sanctions must be directed to the ANC. They distorted our policies, which are about redress, which are about the transformation of this country from where we come from. We are not like any other nation in the world. We are leveling the playing field. And if you ask the ANC to stop redress policies, it's like saying close the shop. The reason why we were formed, we were against racial domination, but at the same time, we were against, suppression and oppression of a people. And those people who were oppressed have now found their voice, and at the same time, we need to level the playing field. And it is reflected even in the structure of our economy, that 30 years into democracy, as much as people talk about BEE, but in that BEE, the biggest beneficiaries continues to be those who even benefited before and more. And they continue to even benefit in the African continent. So in this particular instance, we believe that their own criticism of their own country doesn't make them South Africans.
Many are saying what they have done is borderline treason. Do you agree with that?
It is borderline treason, but it sort of met its partnership in Donald Trump, because it's not the first time that they've been trying this in the U.S. and the governments under different presidents in the United States, Republican or whatsoever, have always respected South Africa's sovereignty. For the first time in a democratic dispensation, that we are met with this, persecution by an administration which we thought would have looked at South Africa differently, even if they might have their own, issues and so on. But they will treat this country as a democratic country and a sovereign state.
So what do you do as the ANC, especially within the context of your GNU partners, that have a very different stance also when it comes to relations with the United States? What are you going to do? Have you discussed this as the ANC?
We have discussed this, and We have encouraged our government, which it has done so, to engage, which is what they are doing with the United States of America. And we welcome the efforts led by the president. I think there were mixed views about president going to the U.S. And as the ANC, we said it is correct. A president of a country will stand up for his nation, and not for begging, but to put the record across. And we think in this instance, history will absolve the president and leading the government and the stance they have taken in restoring, relations between South Africa and the United States of America.
So will you as the ANC reach out to the United States? I'm trying to understand what happens. G20's next week. Or do you just leave it as is and let Donald Trump think and do what he wants?
A government has done all what it could do with regard to G20. We expect a whole lot of leaders in our country. And the G20, we believe, will continue with or without Donald Trump. Okay. Donald Trump represents everything that is wrong about a multipolar world we are advocating for.